we attended the PHCC of Massachusetts Trade Show. Let's check out what's new in 2024.
That's it? This product, Tech, is H55 bendable copper tubing. It's in essence standard type L, ACR, but it's put through an additional process of annealing it and soaking it. That process enables it to be bent. So in this particular case, we've eliminated 6 joints by bending this short little piece. After you bend it, you can swedge it, and there are brazing rings that you use, so you're brazing from the inside out. So you know when you see the silver cap at the top, you have a solid joint. You have a double fillet on the bottom and the top. As opposed to brazing rod, you're probably wasting some material, and you're not even sure you pulled it all the way in.
Right. So I know this is an obvious question, but why is having fewer joints important? Why is that?
Any joint is a potential leak point. So there's a massive labor savings, but the bigger issue is a potential leak point. Again, desired angle for 45 for this side is 41. So rotate it to 41. Yeah, it's pretty sensitive. Now you're at 41, so now I'll hold this level. Put it in reverse. That can save a lot of money. Now put it, hit reverse again. Bring it all the way back to 0. How much is the machine?
Our people don't get it.
Each of these is about 35 leaks. Oh yeah.
You don't get leaks with this.
Now, swedge the end of that. Okay, that's what I was wondering too. I saw one end swedge.
Yes,
so now swedge the end. Just squeeze it, hold it all the way, squeeze it till it's done. That's it. Now you've got, that's perfect. This dimension is about half the depth of a copper fitting. Yeah. That's what's required for brazing. Yeah. Copper fittings are designed for soldering. That's the depth for brazing. Then we have brazing rings. You insert the brazing ring to the base of that cup. Sharpie read it. Yep. Cool. You don't even have it. When you use this, you won't even have to get it quite as red. Yeah. Because the depth is shallower. Yeah. And once you're brazing, when you see the silver come up and expose itself, you're done. You know you have a perfect double fillet.
Because it's inside and outside.
Right. Correct. So when you're using brazing rod,
this is a braze. That's right.
Yeah.
This is a braze we did on a demo. First time the guy used it, brazed it. That's the braze. We cut it in half and said, look at that. It's like, wow.
What is this contraption here you got?
So we've got a large diameter backflow. Watts 957 backflow. And the rest of this stuff is all part of an alarm system and a shut-off, a flood protection valve. So when your backflow preventer discharges, there's a sensor that can tell that the valve is dumping and send an alarm through a cellular gateway to your cell phone. Or the other option would be to tie into a BMS system, a building management system, to let somebody know first that the valve is discharging. The other part of the equation is the flood protection valve that we have here. So that's a ACV valve, an automatic control valve, so that when you're getting a discharge out the relief valve of the backflow, it'll flood the top of the valve here above the diaphragm and close your supply, so it shuts off the water supply to the backflow. That way you're not getting water dumping all over the floor and flooding the place.
So you kind of said it right there, but what? I assume this is state-of-the-art technology.
It is. It's all part of this trend towards being smart and connected and all that.
And so, why is, and you kind of explained it already, but I'll ask you anyway, why is having a technology like this important?
Because these valves can dump a lot of water if they're in a backflow situation or if they have a foul check and they're discharging out the relief valve. If it's unattended, there could be thousands of gallons of water.
Right.
That could cause some major damage through flooding. So we're trying to alert to the fact that it's happening, and additionally shut off the supply to stop that flooding situation.
Now, I assume this is commercial, or do people have a smaller version in residential? Or
you have smaller versions of the backflow preventers.
Yep.
And, something like this is going to be more commercial with the shut-off valve and everything.
My name is Steve Marinenko, and I'm with United Components. I'm a manufacturer's rep for Ambro Controls, as well as Spectraline and Rector Seal and Appion Tools behind me.
Okay, and so tell me, what is this machine here?
So this is a mobile brazing setup. It's a combination of oxygen and nat gas in an 11-pound tote that you can easily bring to a job site up on a roof and be able to do your brazing and not break your back.
So
everything is disposable. The cylinders are disposable, okay? And it gets up to the temperatures of 5,500 degrees, which is the same as oxyacetylene. This is a combination of oxygen MAP gas.
Okay.
We have a backpack now that's as an accessory. We also have a precision torch also. So if you need to do some really tight brazing spots, or you want to do some sort of micro channel or aluminum brazing, this accessory is perfect for that.
All right, great.
Okay.
Is there a ballpark figure in terms of price?
Ballpark price on this setup is about $360, $370.
Reasonable.
Altogether, it doesn't. You have to buy the bottle separately, but that would be the whole total price. The backpack is about $100.
How new is this? Is this something that's been around?
It's pretty new. It's been around for about 2 years in the States. And we're opening up new distribution every day. And contractors are finding this is not going to replace what they have, but it's going to be in addition to what they have. Because what we're selling is portability, convenience, and disposability, basically.
So this is our combi boiler. It does tankless water heating and boiler heating in the same cabinet. And we currently have 5 sizes. So depending on your heat load and your domestic water load, this is the product that would cover both.
What makes it special or different than maybe other water heaters?
It's made of all stainless steel. We make all of the parts ourselves. We're a South Korean company. And we give the same outputs and flow rates as everybody else. Our warranty is better. Our servicing is easier. And our installation is quite easy, as you see with the manifold that we designed for it. So now you just hook up your supply return on the left and your return on the right, and you're all set to go. The control panel here has all kinds of, you can set all kinds of parameters for your heating. We can do outdoor reset, we can do temperature by supply or return, or let it do it automatic. On the domestic side, we can program timers, or we can use aquastats, all kinds. It's got the latest technology as far as boilers and water heaters go.
This is our RJ4 utility termination. It's a termination for running your line sets through the roof. We offer it in 4-inch and 6-inch, 10 screws, 2 hose clamps. You get in and out as much as you want. A split seam flexible cap, integral base gasket, gasketed neoprene washer and screws are provided. Everything you need to get it installed, run your line sets, and get off the job site.
All right, and so what does something like this cost? Or it's dependent on the job, I suppose.
Yeah, depending on the volume, but MSRP is like $220. So material cost is cheap, and the install time is about 3 minutes. So overall labor savings is.
So what's the overall benefit?
It gets you in and out as many times as you need. It also gets you weatherproof without any needs for caulks or adhesives or anything like that. And anytime you need to get on to your line sets to service it or make a repair, you can get in and out of this without damaging the waterproofing of the roof.
Well, tell me about this product that you have today.
Absolutely. So this year, we're rolling out our Eastman VitoCal 100 air to water heat pump system. The system, or the heart of the system, is made up of the air to water converting unit, which is housed outside. It's a monoblock system. So all the refrigerant is housed in the outdoor unit. We're simply bringing hydronic lines, piping, flex piping, hard piping, from the outdoor unit to the indoor distribution. Inside capture and output from the air. The heated water is
going to go either to an indirect or to that buffer tank, which will then become your hydronic distribution center.
Okay. And so, why is having something like this important? Like, what does it do?
So basically, it gives the homeowner or building owner flexibility to keep their hydronic emitter system in place. So whether they have cast iron, baseboard, hydro air handlers, radiant heat, anything that basically has hydronic water going in it can stay in place. We'll let them go electrification without mounting units on the wall from like an air-to-air or cassette units. We're basically revamping the entire interior of the house. This is a retrofit replacement that allows them to go to electrification, as well as still allowing the use of the fossil fuel if they'd like.
That's like pretty amazing. So in terms of sales, are you guys up and running with this already with sales?
It's funny that the launch date was March 1st, so it was yesterday. So it wasn't planned to be around the show, it's just the way it happened.
Yep.
So we're really excited to have this product, but we are now taking orders and have the product available for shipment to our wholesale.
So what is this?
Yeah, this is called Everlock Plus. This is called Everlock Plus.
Yep.
It's a new cold expansion PEX technology. How it works is you're going to cold expand the PEX once, rotate the tool slightly, cold expand again, and then you're going to compress the sleeve, forcing the issue of the sleeve, making a consistent fitting every single time. This fitting is ready to be tested. As fast as I made a half-inch, I can make a 2-inch fitting together.
So why is having something like that important?
Makes it consistent. So regardless of outside temperature or size of the fitting range, it will always be consistent. So from half-inch to 2 inches, it will consistently cold expanded twice, compressed once, ready to be tested immediately.
Is it a time saver too?
Yes, time saver. So we have a home innovation lab that does time studies that basically compares us to compression, sweat, and other cold expansion methods. And we beat them all out, typically on the larger sizes, upwards of 50%.
I'm demonstrating Aquatherm polypropylene pipe.
Okay, and what is that?
It's a plastic engineered product used in chilled water, hot water, condenser water, and there are some chemical applications you can use it in as well.
Okay, and so what is going on here? What exactly, like, what are you trying to do?
We're using heat, time, and pressure to fuse the plastic together.
Oh, okay.
And actually, give me 1 second here. I'm about to the point where I'm going to open it up. So we're going to open this up, pull the iron out, push this back together, and now you're just waiting for it to cool down.
And that'll fuse together?
Yep. So when it's done, it's going to look like that.
Awesome.
So this is a huge time saver. So it takes total on 6-inch SDR 17.6, 10 to 12 minutes to do a complete joint from start to finish.
Okay.
Welding a piece of carbon steel pipe, 45 minutes or an hour. This particular product, because it's plastic, it's inert. So it's not going to build up scale and lime like carbon steel pipe does. So you're not going to get a reduction in that flow over the years. It's going to stay just as clean on the inside 50 years from now as it is on day one.
Tell me, what is this product?
Right, this is the Sandy Pit. We just came out with it, but it's been in the works for a long time. So typically when you have a regular pit, you open up the lid and there's a lot of wastewater that you'll see right off the bat. Whereas this, when I open up my lid, this is exactly what you're going to see even as it's working, because all the wastewater is underneath that basin floor. So underneath is a 1-horsepower grinder that's evacuating all the wastewater, and there's pressure switches, not a flow switch, which is usually what you hear about failures. So all the pressure will come up, and that will send a signal to the impeller, and that will turn on our grinder.
So why is having something like this important?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a lot more sanitary and a lot easier to access and service. The biggest situation for people going to services is when you open up the lid, it's all wastewater and everything that you don't want to be touching. So this is where I'll open this up and it's dry. I'm able to assess the situation, and if I need to service it, I'll pull this out. I don't have to take out the whole basin.
Great.
So it's a prefabrication of a boiler board for a 4-zone system where you can just tie in your supply and return, and it saves you a whole day's labor. You know, everything is piped in, all wired together. You're just going to bring power to the board. We also make them with circulators. We can, you know, pretty much make them any way you would like us to make them.
So you can, if somebody sends you a design, you can make them?
Yes.
Okay, wow.
On a 4x4, diamond plated, and then we also do them on just regular plywood.
So how much time do you think you could save somebody?
So you easily could save yourself 6 to 8 hours a day.
Wow.
No wiring, everything's pre-wired.
Yep.
And again, like I said, you're going to tie your supply and return it. Everything is tested at our shop, so you should be good to go.
This is the classic bit. This is the evolved bit. The classic bit is designed for the older seats. It's a square orientation. The evolved bit is designed for the newer seats. It's a hexagon orientation. We have both the cold and hot sequence built on one bit. So you take your bit. Take your bit, you go inside here until it locks in like that. Then you put your 18 volt. There you go.
Okay.
You take your 18 volt impact gun, put it on reverse, pop it in. Sometimes that can wrap for up to 2 minutes before this thing comes out. It comes out every single time without stripping. Then you take the same bit, go back in for the hot seat, all the way to the back. Pops it right out, just like that, no problem. If you got a stripped seat, you take the same bit. I had a strip seat I just did. If the seat's already stripped from one of these Taiwan tools, all you do is this. You take this and you tap it in, because this hardened steel is going to win over soft brass every single time. It'll make its own notches in there and you'll rip the thing right out. Without an easy out, that's going to expand the valve every single time right here.